This is a Jmix exclusive.
Oh, no, man, thanks. It's pleasure is all mine.
No doubt. Now, recently, in the last year or so, you dropped Thug Therapy with Bossolo and Hater's Nightmare. I guess, where can folks buy it, and are you planning a follow-up to Hater's Nightmare?
Yeah, I'm definitely planning a follow-up, and, well, they can get it anywhere online. It's an independent album because, you know, I released everything through my new label, through Thug World. But they can get it on iTunes. They can check it out on YouTube. I need them to you know, and we appreciate the feedback from the fans, new and old. They can go check it out anywhere anywhere where online where music is sold. They can buy it there. Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, it's everywhere. I just don't have it in the stores physically because, you know, it's an independent project. Both of them are.
One of the people from the website wanted me to ask you if why Ice Cube wasn't on Hater's Nightmare. Was he? You had a song with him. Was he slated for that? Was there a reason why he wasn't on it?
You know, that's a real busy dude. So I mean, you know, I just be thinking, you know, maybe next album. You know what I'm saying? But I can't, you know, that guy is really busy. So, you know, hopefully soon in the near future when we do some shows together, we can actually get in the studio and knock something down, you know. But yeah, you know, shit. Ice Cube is I'm definitely looking forward to having Ice Cube on one of these projects.
How do you feel about today's non-lyrical mumble rappers?
You know, I feel that, you know, it's not really what we did. It's not what we were doing. So as far as putting them in our category, as far as what we doing, I think they should have their own separate category opposed to what we you know, grew up doing and what our style of hip-hop is, just like, you know, everything else. So I don't really even put them, you know, a lot of them say that they're not hip-hop artists, and a lot of them say they're not rappers, so I don't put them in my category anyway. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so I mean, it's, in a way, you have to, you know, adapt and you have to overcome. And, you know, I won't say I don't switch up, but I definitely adapt because that's what type of person I am or artist that I am. You know, I adapt to the situation and I overcome. And I end up, you know, doing my own thing and I always come out on top, you know, when I end up doing that. And this new album that I'm working on now will probably show that, you know. Versatility is definitely a major a point to pay attention to when it comes to Spice One, because that's what it is. It's all of the flavor, you know. I sing, I rap, I do reggae. I got different styles of rap. I rap fast, I rap slow, I stutter in my rap, you know. So I mean, there's no telling what I'm gonna come with to these new age beats.
You know, back when I was younger and West Coast hip hop was really taking off, we were all told that it was a fad and that it would change. And I think basically it's all about the ear for the music. When you have youngsters coming out and pick out their type of music, of course the generation before them are going to say, that's not what I listen to. And I think what that is basically that being rehashed is, you know, the newer generation coming out with something that the older generation wasn't exactly, you know, wasn't their game plan. But I think you're right in changing up and adapting. I think that's a very good message to send.
Right. Yeah. You know, man, you know, I'm a Bruce Lee fan, and I listen to some of his teachings as far as when it comes to that So, I look at it the same way. I look at rap like kung fu because that's how I studied the game. So, and that's what I adapted a lot of his teachings, through my music. It's crazy.
Okay, how did you get the name Spice One? Where did the origin of that name originate?
Spice, it's like the variety of my content. It's like I was saying, I'm so versatile. You don't know what I'm gonna come with, so it's automatically I'll just say it's Spice. And now it's it means sex, pistols, endo, cash, and entertainment. The actual name. So, and the one is on the end of the name because every time when shit get hard, sometimes it's only one person that got your back, and your friends and your family can only do so much. You got to stand alone sometime and prevail. And it's been a lot of times where I had to do that, including my first album when I'm on there by myself with no features. So, when I threw the one on the end of my name, it kind of stood for something without me even really acknowledging it until later in the days when I thought back, damn, I had nobody on that album but me. That was a moment for me, that I actually did that and sold, 900,000 copies with me on there by myself, and that just, to anybody out there listening, man, it's you capable of anything you put your mind to,
No doubt, no doubt. I heard that you were discovered by Too Short. Is that true? And if so, can you elaborate on how that happened?
Well, I used to open up for NWA when they came out to Oakland, and I opened up a few shows for them when I was like 16. And Short, he seen me up there, and automatically, was like, I'm coming to get you from school, so he started coming and picking me up from school, and, we started recording little things. We called ourselves the Dangerous Crew, and, we were still kids, all of us was. I was just 16, and I think Short was like in his early 20s or something. And, from then on, I just had this, just from meeting Short and from him picking me up in a few days or around, a couple of weeks or a month or however long he was picking me up, I was really influenced and, really motivated to another level. And, that kind of got me fired up just because he was coming to get me from school. So that changed my writing skills alone. So, by the time I got, 18, 19, I'm writing stuff. And, next thing you know, you guys got Spice One,
About the video shoot for In My Neighborhood. Is that where you met Tupac for the first time?
Yeah, actually it was. I didn't, I knew him, and we was in a circle of the same friends, like we all knew each other, but we never really met. And that was the first time he just came to because everybody was like asking me, man, you met Tupac, and I'm pretty sure they was asking him, you had Spice, and and I guess he just decided to be like, fuck it, and he come to the video shoot like, man, what's up? And I'm like, what's cracking? And from then on, like we was like, I was the homie after that, we went on our crazy ventures and had a lot of fun, So yeah, In My Neighborhood video was it was right after he did Juice, and he came up to the video shoot.
What do you think all these years later that people get wrong about Tupac?
Well, that he was a loose cannon.
Along with Tupac, you were also offered a role in Menace to Society?
Yeah. Yeah, I had the script and everything. I was supposed to be O-Dog. My manager at the time, he kind of slacked off on his business. and we kind of got into it over that, you know, but I still got love for the dude. It was just, you know, back then I was really mad at him because he slacked off and we ended up losing the role. And, but they still gave me the soundtrack and we were still cool and we still are, you know, in business together to do other projects. And, I guess, Pac was kind of, I guess they fired him and didn't tell him. And it was in the newspaper, and he didn't know until he read the newspaper. So he was kind of pissed off about that, and they got a big fight at my video at Trigger Got No Heart video, and you know, a lot of things went down over here. But I mean, you know, after all, you know, everybody was still, you know, everybody squashed it, and you know, after a while.